This is the Gatekeepers Podcast with Billy Grove. Billy is an innovative leader in the industry and loves teaching how to build quality fence. So sit down, grab a cold beverage, and get ready to talk about fence. Today's show is sponsored by Mr. Fence Academy. If you're looking to hit the next level in your fence company, check out Mr. Fence Academy. And now, live from the Mr. Fence Academy studios, here's your host, Billy Grove.
What is going on, everybody? I got it that time. I hit the unmute and add us to the screen at the same time. Woo!
Boom. Solid.
How's everybody doing on this Tuesday night? Facebook, YouTube, Fence Fam, everybody. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week and is ready to sit down and talk about the fence. We got
talk about fence.
Let's do it, baby. We got all of our technical issues all handled. StreamYard got their Facebook issues handled.
We got better Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but there was also a problem with StreamYard. Like when I logged in on Friday, there was a giant banner right here that said we are experiencing technical difficulties with Facebook. So yep, that's what it was. But we do want to go ahead and thank our sponsor, Mr. Fence Academy, for sponsoring the show.
The one and only Mr. Sean King. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much. How was your week?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
It's been it was pretty wild. Saturday, let's see, baseball games Thursday, Friday. Thursday we got our butts kicked. Friday we kicked butts. That was a lot of fun. We had a good game. I mean, like it was like 19 to, I think it's like 15-1 or 19-1. Then we let them score a little bit, and I think we came out and the game was finished at like 19-4. So that was a lot of fun. That was Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday, I had to do something on my honey-do list, and so I started building my oldest son's closet. So
I saw it looks pretty cool.
It's not bad, man. I was actually
looks
kind of
pretty
proud
good
of myself,
so far,
man. Like it's gonna turn out. Like I wired in electrical into it. Like I got a Saturday, I got it all framed up, and Sunday I went and bought electrical plugs and everything. I bought an LED light, and I tied power into an electrical outlet that was in the wall there, and ran it through, fished it through, and ran it up, and I did it all professional. It looked awesome, and I got the sheetrock hung up. Now I just got to freaking mud the damn thing.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah, dude. My weekend was pretty good. We went to a crawfish boil with some of my wife's coworkers this weekend. Crawfish was amazing, on point. I had a pretty good time at the crawfish boil. That was not.
It's kind of hard to have a bad time with crawfish.
That was not a bad time, man. We played some cornhole. We got out there, and a couple of the her co-workers are absolute characters. Pretty funny people. Dude. There was a guy named Woody there from Arkansas, and he was a character, man. He's a character, talking about he's never used Netflix and doesn't have cable, or he has bunny ears on his TV. I was like, man, no way. I was like, that's crazy. But had some really good crawfish, man. Had a stomach bug yesterday. That was no fun, but we're here. It's all out of me, thank God.
Literally, it's all out of you.
Good God, dude. Yesterday was rough. But my kid had it Sunday, so I was halfway expecting to get it. But
right.
Guys, here we are, season 2, episode 26. We are going to be changing things up just a little bit with the next coming like episodes, just the way that we're going to be running episodes. We're not going to be doing live interviews every single time. We're going to probably do 3 live interviews a month, 1 Q&A a month / topic discussion, and
absolutely.
So that's how we're also going to be doing that. But
and
also,
I'm with that, dude. That definitely kind of simplifies it, because sometimes it's also hard lining up their schedules. You know what I mean?
Schedules, making sure that we have fresh content, and we're not asking the same questions every single time to every single new person. So
2 or 3 interviews a month mixed with a couple of Q&As with topic discussions. I think that's a solid. I think you came up with a solid plan, man.
Yeah. But great. Before we get to our next topic, we're gonna do something that I've had on the notes for about 7 weeks now, and I just keep skipping over it because I just get excited about our guest. Weekly wins. It could be big, small, personal, business related. Corey, give me a weekly win.
We changed the brakes on the truck today. That was a solid win.
Boom. There we go. Solid win today.
Well,
we did.
Well, yeah, we need to get that done because we'll be traveling. For anybody who wants to come out and see us and our handsome devilish faces, we will be in Evansville, Indiana tomorrow night, Thursday, Friday, and we are leaving Saturday. We'll be at the Mr. Fence Academy training event that he is holding up there. It is going to be an awesome time. This will be our second trip to Evansville for training. We actually get to help out and be instructors in this time, so I'm absolutely pumped with that. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be a good time.
But yeah, that's a small little win. Like, it was something I've been putting off for a while. Was getting the brakes on the truck, and you and I set aside, and we got done in an hour today.
Yep, hour today.
And it was, I tell you what, it was with that. I would say today, I have put off a lot of small things, and today, and I heard a quote: "An hour of focus can solve 10 hours of problems."
Boom, there it is.
So earlier today, once I finally got the kids dropped off and got everything done, and I got in here, even though we had a lot of headaches this morning with stuff breaking and nothing going right the first half today, even the mix of all that, like, I focused and got some stuff done that I'd been kind of putting off. And then getting the brakes done on the truck was another one of those things. So, just remembering to slow down and speed up, take the time you need to do the stuff. And that's my win of the week was that right there. Just
heck yeah.
Focusing, hammering stuff out that we needed to.
You know what my weekly win was?
Being awesome.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately not.
Being Billy Grove. No.
My weekly win was being able to leave Destin by himself while I went and grabbed the pickets that he miscounted.
Yeah.
That's what it ended up being. Long story short, but getting back and him having everything done with nothing wrong.
That's awesome.
That was my weekly win.
Wondering, is Destin is our new guy. He's been with us for 2 full weeks now, and just with the methods and the way that we do it and the way that we've been taught and the way that we continue to teach, our new guy who's never built fence, he's built fence, but he's never driven anything fence before. And that's all we do is the driven systems. Is that he was able to come on board, and within 2 weeks he's able to do it by himself.
Yeah, so that was a huge win for me. I got back and I was expecting to get back and have him sitting there or like still working, but he was sitting there waiting on me. I was like, man, you done
everything cleaned up and everything.
Everything cleaned up, everything perfect. I mean, perfect. And I was like, all right, that is a win in my book, man. I was very proud of that. I was
absolutely
extremely proud of that.
Yeah, he's awesome, man. And he will be going with us to the training event also. I think he's going to take a lot from it. I'm hoping show up and show out in true farmhouse fashion, baby.
That's right, man. We're super excited about going. It's going to be a great time, and like Corey said, man, if anybody's interested in going to a training event, you should check this one out. The 2nd and 3rd in Evansville, Indiana, and it's going to be a great time as always.
Absolutely. I'm the only thing I'm not looking forward to is a 10-hour drive.
No, man, me either.
But I will say what makes me excited for the 10-hour drive is what we are hauling back with us when we come.
Yeah, because we couldn't have brought that back on a plane.
Yeah, hell no.
No.
No. We are going to get a brand new post pounder.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to get, Billy?
We're getting the bull.
We are getting the bull.
And we're getting the bull. We're taking the bull by the horns, and we're going to Pound Town, literally.
It's after using the bull in Tuscaloosa at that training event a month and a half, 2 months ago. It's absolutely the best description was. Everything else is just play toys, man. It's like it's a Ryobi versus a Makita Milwaukee. It's a night and day difference. And so we've been putting the money back. We've been getting some stuff handled, and we're gonna buy us a bull this week. So
yep. And like I said to you a couple months ago, after we had fully tried the bull and we got back and let everything digest, like, I get what people were talking about, I mean, like, whenever we first got our Titan and stuff, I was excited and bragging, and I got a lot of, those are just garden tools and everything. Yeah, and I was like, and I was, like, taking offense to it because, we didn't have the cash flow at that time to go spend that money for that.
You know what it is? A great analogy with going to the bigger driver is, do you remember when we went from digging post holes by hand, manual post hole diggers, to Harbor Freight little beavers, or Harbor Freight one-man augers,
Predator augers,
augers, and then we went to little beavers.
Yeah.
And then we went to the Bobcat with the digging attachment on the Bobcat. And then it's like, then we found the driven system.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of like going through all those stages of not to say mistakes, but all those stages of learning curves. You know, we were, you know, you just like you buy the Harbor Freight Predator digger for a couple $100. You know, we bought the first Titan for a couple grand. You know, then we bought the US Hammer for 3,500. You know, now it's like, okay, we've had those. We've ran the dog shit out of them. We've absolutely beat the hell out of them. You know, we've used them, and it's time. It's right. After a year of dealing with these things that are always breaking, always going, no, they're bad because they have done the job for the last 18 months. They have absolutely showed up, but it's time to upgrade. No different than going from the Predator auger from Harbor Freight to a actual little beaver, something that's substantial that can actually perform. That's what I'm looking forward to. And that's kind of the way I feel about the transition.
Day in and day out. And again, I'm gonna hit back on what Corey said. We're not talking any crap about the Titan or the US Hammer.
Absolutely
not at all, because
machines.
Great machines. And Brian, thank you again for sending out
we're still
like another motor.
We're still going to
use it every single day. It's just we need another thing to our arsenal, so that way if something goes wrong, and a lot of the times with these gas powered post pound, doesn't matter what brand it is, guys, Sky Drill, Rhino, Titan, US Hammer, they are going to break. It's just part of the it's just part of it.
We got, you know, and honestly what really put me all over the edge, not in a really bad way, but it was like damn, was when we're in Florida and people talk shit about our soil all the time. Oh, it must be nice to dig in the sand.
Yeah, right.
No, we were on this job and we fried a US Hammer just trying to put 3-inch post, or sorry, 2.5-inch post in the ground.
Yeah, we had 3 people hanging off of it,
and we could not break it. We got one line done in 3 hours. We got probably 15 to 17 posts done in 3 hours to take the drive, to where normally that thing would have been done in 30 seconds a post.
That was
and so that's where
again though, I don't feel like it's a fair, because that, bro, even digging, I guarantee you the Bobcat would have had trouble digging in that.
But that's case to what I'm saying. Those people talk shit so much about soil as like, you know, you would think that these smaller drivers would be fine, and you know what? They're absolutely perfect in most
95% of the time.
But you get in that hard packed clay, that rocky areas, from a year of doing it with the gas drivers to one time doing it with the pneumatics and hydraulics. The pneumatics and hydraulics, where it's at 100%. It absolutely is.
Yeah, man, it's a night and day difference, and we are super excited about this because this expands our operation to where, you know, we can have 2 guys driving post on one job site now.
I mean, we get the Titan back running again, which the parts are on order. I mean, that's 3 drivers running.
Yeah, and
you can't argue that at all. That's multiple crews having drivers. That's being able to, you know, rent them out to the sub crews. That it's going to open. It's going to open up a lot of great doors by investing. And honestly, you know, who else is going to invest in you if you don't invest in yourself? So we're going to spend the money. We're going to buy the drive. We're going to buy the bull, and we are going to.
And not just that, but like we also have to like remember on these giant jobs where we're out in the middle of a field doing 1,000-foot privacy fence, we have no more voltage drop. We have no more PSI drop because now we have a gas-powered air compressor in the backyard.
And I'm with you on that, because up here in a lot of these bigger neighborhoods, I mean, we're fencing in half acres sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, sometimes more than that. And by the time, even I don't care how big of a gauge of extension cord you have or how badass the air, you got 4 hoses stretched out trying to get to it, you're gonna lose it. You're gonna lose air pressure.
You're either gonna have a PSI drop or you're gonna have a voltage drop, and it's not gonna be priming.
I mean, we can run the generator out there, then run that, or we have this system, this one machine that can now do everything.
Yeah, so I'm extremely pumped about it, guys. It's going to be a true game changer for the Gentry Farmhouse boys, and we're looking forward to it, man. And with that said, Corey, I'm going to let you take this one because just the way that you've been talking about it to me, you have a
okay. So what Billy and I are going to do is we are going to start offering sponsorship spots available on the podcast. So we're going to start it off very simple, very easy. We're going to give our first shout out to Modern Fence Technologies. And so basically, if you would like a shout out, your first one is absolutely on us. Send us a free t-shirt or send us some t-shirts, send us something that you want to promote. We will absolutely give you guys your first shout out free of charge. After that, what we're going to do is if there's any vendors, any other companies out there that would like to promote and help us grow and help grow yourselves as well, we are going to please reach out to us. We're going to have very simple, very inexpensive pricing. We know we're no Joe Rogan podcast or nothing like that, but if there are any fence companies, manufacturers out there who would like to, send us some apparel that you want shout out, stuff like that, would love to help you out, help us out. We'll do the first one, free of charge, and after that, we can work on some kind of a pricing structure where how many times you want to shout out in any given episode, stuff of that nature. We absolutely make it worth your while and worth our while. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and on the tail end of that as well, if you do want a commercial spot, like send us a message as well. We can get you the details on that, and it'll be a full professional produced commercial. It'll be the same guy who does the
voiceover in the beginning.
Same guy who does the voiceover in the beginning. I'll send them all the things that you want me to send them, and we'll get you a commercial, and we'll play it in the middle of the podcast. And if you're interested, guys, give us a shout out, and we will definitely shout you guys out.
So, Billy, stand up, and we're gonna go into that first. We're gonna go into that first right now. This Modern Fence Technologies, we've been using them solely for our hinges and latches for the last couple months. Turn around and let them see it. It says right there, we support American-made products. So we have been buying the bulk of all of our hinges and latches from from MFT for probably a couple months now. Really, they're a little more expensive than your traditional butterfly hinge, but you got your standard hinges and strap hinges and stuff like that. Everything they have there for the most part is absolutely adjustable, and I can count on a few different times now where the fact that they're adjustable hinges have came in clutch and saved us. For one was that pool fence out there at the apartment complex.
Yes.
They poured this. We had to do a 4-foot walk gate over a sidewalk, and they poured the slab 4-1. No hinge would touch it to give us the gap to get us to swing over with it being self-closed. Hit up MFT, and they had one. We had it in a couple of 3-4 days. Went out there, got it finished, got the job passed pool inspection for passed Florida pool inspection. Got the job done, got paid, and boom, that problem was solved right off the rip.
Yeah. And not just that, guys, they might be a little bit more expensive, but you also have to remember that, especially with us, because we do only metal gate frames. Okay. So these things work extremely well with metal gate frames. There's no more buying carriage bolts, nuts. There's no more like drilling the hinges,
self tappers or wood screws in the kit. You tell them what you run. We do metal frames, metal gate posts. So they send us self tappers with our hinges.
Yeah, and man, it is the night and day difference. I finally fixed my front gate at my house a couple of weeks ago, and
did you use MFT hinge?
Yeah, I did. Because it's like 6.5 foot long, and it's a single gate, and I was wanting the metal frame, but our welder, thank you, Dan, forgot to weld me up one. Like, I'm still gonna call you out, Dan.
But not only that, I tell you, even aside from the hinges, man, the latches,
the latches are great.
They're a little bit smaller of a profile, which kind of freaked me out at first. Man, that thing's tiny. It's not gonna work. But no, it's like you get to looking into it. It's 100% bounce back guaranteed. Meaning, if you shut that hinge, it's not. If you shut that gate, it's not gonna bounce. It's not gonna bounce back. It's going to catch it. Their handles are fine. Nothing really too extravagant that I've seen with the handles we get. But yeah, so we've been 100% on board with MFT hinge now for about 2 months, and they've came in solid for us. I remember last week we hey, I called them late on a Friday, and they made sure I got our shipment out. They were on point with it, so they really did us a solid. So if anybody's wanting to step your game up, hinges, latches, for all types of fence, round post, steel post, wood post, galvan, you name it, they've got a hinge for you. We did adjustable hinges on a 4-inch post for it was a 10-foot single swing gate that a contractor bought it for us, or bought through us. I'm sorry. And that worked out perfect in his scenarios. And he's had 0 callbacks on this massive gate. And so absolutely MFT hinge. Check them out if you're wanting to step up your hinge game, your gate game.
Really good stuff, guys. Really, Really good stuff.
And we're going to segue that right into last week. Our connection was messed up. The server was being wild. We had, no audio. It was wild. We didn't get to give Orlando Hinge Company the proper shout out that they deserved. The Orlando Hinge Company, where'd it go?
It's right behind you. It's right behind you. So we're going to do the Swan Hinge again, guys, just due to technical difficulties last week.
Absolutely. Orlando Hinge Company, man, they sent us this. They sent us one of their Swan hinges. This is a hinge. Now, I'm trying to be competitive with MFT in Orlando. There are two different sides of the world, or country. They can ship wherever you need, and different ones have different options, But this is something that is only through Orlando Hinge Company. They sent us this to show it. We're actually going to use it on a fence here in a couple weeks. The Swan hinge is designed if you need to take a gate and swing it uphill, it acts as a pivot. And so the top stays straight and then the bottom kicks out, allowing that gate to swing uphill without any weird rips or anything like that. I am really, really eager to try this thing out.
I'm really excited to try it. It looks really cool. It's really beefy. And
solid welds.
We're going to go back to some of the problems people were pointing out on a couple of defense groups about how, long guys can hit it and all that stuff.
I read that.
After seeing it, man, I'm going to tell you what, man, if this long guy hits it with his,
you need a new long guy.
You need a long guy, man. He shouldn't be on that riding mower, man. It is so big. It is, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. So,
I mean, like the only thing I would even remotely say to possibly add, and I say change, I'm gonna say add as an option, would be like different colored. You can't kind of hard to see, but it's like these rubber grommet caps. Get them in if that ever is an issue, get them in orange or something. Just where they're seen.
Yeah.
Past that, man, solid hinge. So we wanted to give them a shout out. They didn't get the proper respect last week, so we want to make sure we did right by them. So again, if you need a swing gate uphill and you have one of them weird things like how I'm gonna do this, Orlando Hinge and the Orlando Hinge Company with their Swan hinge has got you covered. So
yeah, good stuff.
I can't wait to use it.
I'm excited to use it, man. It's gonna be really cool. But all right, guys, we're gonna get right on into our actual topics of the show. And again, we are season 2, guys, episode 26. So we're gonna
start season 2.
Yeah, buddy. 26 episodes is half a year. Yeah, bro. So we're gonna start out with how our industry has changed just in the past 3 years. I know whenever I first started, there was no driving.
This is an open topic, so anybody wants to comment, hit us up. We'll throw it in there.
There was no driving post in the residential world that was widely accepted. I know Aaron Smith up at A&Z Defense and Qualine Fence, they've been doing it a long time. David Bishop, he's been doing residential for a long time. But for the masses, driving fence post was not around 3 years ago.
Not in the residential market. No.
Yeah, so
now it's been in the agriculture market for forever and 2 days.
Yeah,
but no, for the residential market, man, I tell you what, it's been really cool because what happens is now we've been pushing this for a solid year, a little longer, a little less, somewhere, a solid year. It's now really taking off in our area to where people are requesting metal posts in the ground. They're requesting to have them driven. It's now like that awareness is now coming up to, hey, this is another option. And what's cool about it is a lot of other companies have been sending their customers to us because they can't facilitate. They can't do it. If you need that, if you want that style fence, you got to call these people. And it's been, it's 1 week. It's 1 a week at least.
Yep.
It is. Hey, so-and-so, give me your number. You guys offer this? Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. We do. Lifetime warranty fence.
See, and I think that not just with our local stuff, but I think that with the introduction of the SWI channel, that's absolutely on YouTube, that has massive following, and it's not just fencers who follow that. Like, I think putting that information out in the internet just in the past 3 years, because I remember the groups even 4 or 5 years ago. Yeah, I mean, they were great, but like when the podcast started happening and more information,
absolutely,
like actually started getting to us as business owners, as installers, on trainings and all of that stuff, man, I really feel like we have done leaps and bounds in the past 3 years as an industry as a whole.
What's neat is other industries have stuff like this. Like I was talking to the flooring guy next door. They have like all their own conventions. They have all their own stuff. But what I like more that I've seen is that even though there's all the fence drama and all the fence BS, which there will always be, but for the most part, our industry, the camaraderie you have your a-holes, absolutely. But I mean, it's not bad, man. It's I guess I don't see it as being as bad. I mean, I know we're in a different position than where we were 3-5 years ago, especially in the market or in the industry. But the camaraderie it's I don't know. I think that's gotten better. A lot of people are putting their egos down and and are listening more than they're talking, and they're able to.
And that brings me to my next segue after you finish.
No, you're good, man.
So I was listening to Dan Wheeler the other day, and he was talking about this wave coming 3 or 4 years ago, and I was like, what is he talking about? And then he said it, and it all clicked and made sense. And he's like, our generation, the mid 30s,
right,
is starting to take over all of these multi-generation fence companies.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so now that we're kicking grandpa out, and I know everybody loves their grandpas, but most of them are
getting out of the grandpa way of
stuck in their old ways. Now that we're like doing that, and we're having fresh generations come in and like take over fence companies, start fence companies, we're a lot more open to new techniques and to learning things a different way. And I really think it's taken off in the last couple of years, man. And I'm super excited about it. And we got a comment. Mike Levy says, up here, people can't stand leaf blowers. Get any kickback from neighbors upset over the clanking?
So,
you know what we get
in New York, and what we get is spectators.
We get spectators and we get sales off it.
Absolutely, man. It's so cool. So you got to think, you're not driving 1,000 fence posts out in some pasture. Yeah, you are in people's backyards. There are people next door neighbors, especially in all the cookie cutter houses they're putting in nowadays. You're in and out, man. You're in and out 1 day, day and a half, 2 days. You know what I mean? Especially all these, D.R. Horton, Adams Homes, all these styles. You're in and out so fast that people are impressed with your speed of doing it, because you're not digging hole, you're not doing concrete. People who are wet setting, you're not wetting for concrete to dry. You're out there, for 30 minutes. Your average fence post, on a good soil. I mean, we're putting a fence post in the ground every 30 to 45 seconds. It doesn't take long to do this. So and we have yet to, knocking on wood, we have yet to have anybody come out and yell or get upset with us. However, what we find most of is people come out to ask, what the hell y'all doing? My man, we're building a lifetime warranty fence. You're doing what? Well, come measure my yard. Right, yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Yep. Yeah.
And it starts that easy.
Yeah, man. I remember like 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, still a little bit chilly. You and I were out there driving fence posts, and like 2-3 houses down, we had somebody on their back porch out there filming us.
Oh yeah.
I looked over to my left, and I was like, Corey, that lady's filming us. Smile. And sure enough, she was just filming us driving posts. It was funny.
Give us something to film.
But yeah, man, we ended up getting
some skin.
I think we ended up getting 3 quotes out of that neighborhood. Yeah, 3. Because we sold 2
3,
and then we didn't sell the 1.
We got 4 quotes, 3 installs.
Yeah, man. So it was good. And yeah, Craig says same nosy neighbors because of sound ended up getting a fence.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Right
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, now if you're in New York, man, you're in a super freaking liberal state. That just sucks to be you, man. I'm sorry. Like California, they can't use gas power leaf blowers. They have electrical ones, and they have to do it certain hours a day. Man, F that, man. Like brother, we live in Florida. It's the reddest of red states. There ain't no blue around here.
And not just do we live in Florida, we live in Northwest Florida, which is basically lower Alabama.
We are glorified South Alabama.
Yeah, man. So it's
a damn beach.
Yeah, bro.
There's beaches in Alabama too. Shit.
Yeah, man. We're up here on Florida, and all of that other stuff is down on the other side. So
it's that thing like, oh, hey, I'll be in Florida next month. We have to get up. Oh, cool. What party you going to? Oh, Orlando. Yeah, that's 7 hours away.
Yeah, they're like, oh, where are you at?
Oh, Miami. Oh, that's like 12 hours away. Oh, that's just because it's Florida doesn't mean
We're nowhere near it. Nowhere near it.
But yeah, that's the industry changing, man. It really is. I think a lot of it's for the good. It really is. People are asking questions. Yeah, you have your smart ass comments on the fence pages, but hey, where can I get one of these? And you have 50 people ask, hey, go check this person out. Go check these people out. To the point we've had people recommend us for certain distribution stuff.
I saw that. I saw that yesterday or the
that
day
was for
before.
an install in South Florida. I was
Yeah.
like, appreciate it, but
I saw that yesterday. I was like, that's a long ways away.
I'm not driving to South Florida for an install. This better be a freaking Taj Mahal paying $1 million.
But yeah, guys. So and that leads me to our next segue is in-field and in-classroom trainings.
All of it, absorb all of it,
guys. If you haven't been, I can't say it enough. You need to find a way to get there. If money's an issue,
they have sponsorships.
They have sponsorships available. Guys, find a way to shut your company down for a couple of days and bring your company there to work on your company and not in your company. And yes, I just stole that from Tony Thornton, but it's
facts.
It is absolutely facts, guys. These things are worth their weight in gold, and you will take away so much knowledge that you probably won't even remember a lot of it. Like at first, whenever you get back, and it'll just start hitting you in waves. It'll start hitting you. Oh shit. Yeah. That thing that he said at the training. And it's like 3 weeks later, you're like, oh man, I didn't even think about that. It like just now hit me. But
yeah, no, 100%. I remember the first training I went to was classroom oriented and was like, holy shit, there's so much I don't know. And that's the thing, is like you have two ears, 2 eyes, and 1 mouth. You need to watch more than you do, and you need to listen more than twice as much as you speak. And that is just, if you can just go there with an open mind. Oh, I know how to build a fence. I've been building fence for 15 goddamn years. Cool, bro. Awesome. So it's awesome. You know every trick of the book, everything. No, you don't. And that's where the training events are great, because it's not just one, oh, I'm gonna go learn from this one person. No, you're gonna pick up tips and tricks from this company over here, from these guys. I remember when we went and had dinner. When we went to South Florida for the AFA training event a year or 2 years ago.
FIS school, and then I'm at gate operator school.
Yeah, when we went there, hell, just going to dinner with those dudes from North Carolina, man, they're telling us how their warehouse ran, and I'm like, that is freaking genius. How it was a cut and it was a copy and paste. It was like, man, that is.
And then
from having a dinner with people, just from
we had just bought the Bobcat at that time, and I had not figured out how to dig effectively in a pristine backyard,
in a straight hole,
in a pristine backyard without completely screwing up sod. And at that dinner, he was talking to the guys from Black Ops Fence, and I was talking to Kevin Nielsen of Hip Square.
Yep. That's a cool dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. And dude, he gave me the golden playbook. He was like, take your equalizer, get it stretched out, put the like can of the marking paint, just like you would do a post, one little tiny dot.
One dot.
Drop it, dig in a straight line. And I was like, shut up. I was like, that's not going to work. He's like, we do it on every single job.
And it worked perfect.
It worked perfectly.
That was back when we were digging, man. So you have a freaking 8-inch bit for a 3.5-inch wide post. I'm like, oh yeah, why wouldn't that work?
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking also with the no dig with the vinyl, how the driver broke and we had to go rent the pounder for the Bobcat just to make that job happen. Had we done it that way, where we just did the 1 dot, okay, and then drove them in line backwards, we wouldn't have had to go in out every single one. And especially if we could have done the 1 dot, done it that way, we could just drove one straight line. But it probably would have increased the time tremendously doing it like that. And also, it would have been a whole hell of a lot easier the way we were doing it with less risk to the yard.
Yeah, because that was brand new sod.
Brand new sod.
Dude, you could pull that up with your feet.
Yeah. So that was something I was thinking about also. And that's all those things that, it's you Monday morning quarterback yourself. Like, okay, what could I have done different? How could I fix this? How could I have done that? And man,
you get out there and you start really talking to some of these people, like, and they don't even have to be in the industry longer than you. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how long
It
they've been in the industry,
doesn't matter
because
who they work with and what they know
Yeah.
and what they've absorbed.
because they're in a different place, and they are doing different things to get different things done. And I'm telling you, man, getting all of that knowledge and networking, like I told you today, bro, networking will get you places way faster than hard work ever will. And I'm not trying to downgrade hard work. It's like I told him like earlier, but the fact that we can network and we can talk to people all over the country that are doing different things to make different things work.
Yeah.
And, that might be something that we're lacking on. We're like, man, we can't figure this out. And this other company has it figured out. And I'm like, oh, dude, it's just this, this, and this. And you're like, oh,
David Gatto said the playbook's been written.
Yeah.
You just got to be able to read it and listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I love it, man. I love the training events. I love all the
Vegas
energy around it.
I'm so excited for all the training that Vegas is going to offer. If the training event we're leaving for tomorrow in Evansville, Indiana, is going to be great. It's going to be very hands-on, and there's going to be a lot of hands-on events in Vegas as well. But what I'm really excited is all the classroom stuff that's going to be in it. They're going to have business classes. They're going to have gate stuff. I mean, you name it, they're going to have something there. And you don't know everything. You don't know. So you can go to a training and you can just pick up one golden nugget that can make your life easier. It's worth it, man. It's absolutely worth it. I mean, we went from doing, $500,000 and $600,000 years. And then, I'm not gonna lie, after we went to the driven system and we went to doing these new ways that we learned. And it had a learning curve and it sucked and we lost some money, but shit, we still did 1.2.
Yeah.
We absolutely increased it that much just from learning and going and listening to other people and, shutting your mouth and opening your ears and just, being willing to be a follower instead of that leader every step of the way.
Yeah.
Greatest leaders are the best followers.
Yeah, man, because sometimes you have to take advice from somebody else. Doesn't matter if you're a leader or not, man. You have to, somebody somewhere knows more than you.
Yeah. It's like, there's always be somebody bigger than you.
Yeah.
Whoop your ass. Like, there's gonna be somebody smarter than you. It's gonna whoop your mental ass.
Yeah. Hey, Michaela, she says, hey guys, can't wait for Vegas. I'm super pumped for Vegas, guys. I know Brian's already been sneak peeking it, but guys, Fence Wars.
Yeah.
I want you to know, guys, I really want you to know there is $12,000 set aside for prizes in Fence Wars.
Poppy like money.
All right. And with no entry fee, guys, 12 grand set aside. We're talking about $1,000 per winner for first place. And like some of these competitions are going to be really fun to watch.
I think I can throw down 100-foot of fence pretty quick.
I think you can pick at 100-foot of fence pretty fast.
I think I can be. I think even I can be competitive with it.
I don't want nothing to do with the hog ring contest.
Hell no.
I will watch that from afar.
I will hand you.
Yeah,
rings.
good job. Good job.
I'll hand them to you.
But guys, the Vegas show is going to be giant. It's going to be huge. It's going to be the first year for like demo days. And guys, things are happening fast in demo days. If you have not already started looking for flights, hotels, tickets for the Vegas show, don't waste time, guys. Don't waste time, guys, because it's going to be here before you know it. And the next thing you know, you're not going to get that $75 a night like hotel room. It's going to be $200 a night.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What Mike Levy just said.
Fence Jeopardy.
Oh, we could put together a Fence Jeopardy game.
All right.
I'm not sure what he's talking about, but that just gave me an idea.
Are you talking about at the like at the show, Mike? Or like on the podcast? I mean, we could do it on the podcast.
My gears.
I'm sure they are.
We could do like, oh man, yeah. I say that'd be fun.
Heck yeah, it would be.
Fence Jeopardy. I like that. That's got a certain. Okay, yeah, I'm with that, Mike. I'm with that. We gotta figure that out. Let us know exactly what your where your brain's going. See if it's going where my brain's going.
But guys, some of these maybe a podcast. Okay, yeah. That's a good idea too. That's a great idea. But guys, a couple of the organizations that are doing it.
What is dry set for 300, Alex?
What is dry set for 300? Dry pack. Dry set.
Dry pack.
Oh God. Well, let's not even start that debacle.
I can see it.
But guys, a couple of the organizations putting on these trainings. We have the AFA, of course.
Absolutely. Been around forever. Great organization.
They do their FIS, which is the fence installation school. They also do gate automation courses,
business fence courses,
and they do sales courses, right?
They do sales courses. They also do management courses, to where you can also have multiple members of your staff go for different things. So they have whole salesman things. They have pretty much they have something throughout. They have a little bit of everything throughout the year in different states. I know. I don't even know if I'm still on the board for Florida anymore. Florida's going through a restructuring right now for their Florida chapter, but I was volunteering for that one for a while. But there's always events going around the country. There's always AFA events that's pretty solid that you can get into. What else? The FWA, Defense Workers Association.
They have the Fence University.
Yeah, they're getting that going,
which is getting built out, and it's getting built out beyond like gate operators. I talked to Susan last week about it, and they are slowly working on each discipline as well. So that's going to be offered sometime soon. Of course, they are always running those gate operation schools, and I hear great things about them.
Yeah, Midwest Fence Supply, they run training events there as well too. So I mean, if you're in their area and you want to get down some training, they do a lot of no dig stuff as well. I think they got some pretty cool videos up. And of course, I mean, you always have your Mr. Fence Academy training right here in the back. We've been to multiples of those events. We're traveling mañana to Indiana, 10-hour drive, but we're traveling to Indiana tomorrow. So I mean, we're gonna be in Indiana for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, leaving on Saturday. We're gonna have a great time at that one. It's been 4 or 5 events that I've been to now, and I've never been to a bad one. I've never been to one.
Not just that, but I've never been to one where I walk away with nothing.
I've never been on a bad time. Like I want to have a good time. Like if I'm gonna pay to work, like I want to have fun while I work, and you're going to have you're gonna have fun, man. You're absolutely gonna have a pimping good time.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I'm gonna let you take this one. This is our last topic, in case anybody else wants to chime in. We're coming right up on 40 minutes, so it's working out pretty perfectly.
Outstanding. Ooh, okay. This topic, absolutely. Just again, hitting on a bunch of different things tonight. Just kind of having a low key, chill night before we roll on out before we hit the road tomorrow. We brought up the importance of proper branding of your company. Now, I struggle with this a lot because I love/hate our business name. I love Gentry Farmhouse. I love the name that it implies. I love what we've built. I love what we've done. But I always hate that the word fence is not in our branding. And so that's one big thing that a lot of people hit on, is that anybody you talk to, if you're going to start a business, like, you need to have something of that business in that name. So, like our competitor here, High Steel Fencing, like with Chris Steele, phenomenal name, High Steel Fencing, like that works, and stuff like that. So with our name of Gentry Farmhouse, we've had to step it up and create badass branding. What is Gentry Farmhouse? Oh, we're a fence company. Doesn't say nothing about that. Well, you got to do research. You can't say that to people. So, but luckily our branding has saved our ass. We have cool logos. We have cool wrap trucks. We have cool, good, decent website. We've got, we've done the things that help our company, even though it's not even related to fence in the name. It's having proper branding will absolutely help. I did an estimate yesterday where the lady, that's what she does for a living, and she works for branding and advertisement. She's like, I love y'all stuff. Y'all's content's really cool. She's like, I love your logo. I love you. And it was cool shit. It was a solid estimate. But
Yep. Mike Levy says, my company is National Metal Industries. I had to rebrand us as nmifence.com. And bro, we totally get it.
Yeah, I've struggled with it a lot. Like, how can we fix or fit fence into our name? Like Farmhouse Fence. Like, it's like, what? So we just remember, hey, we're for Gentry Farmhouse.
Yeah.
And it's just, and we took Best in Pensacola 2023. So we've got like the branding recognition with that. We've got the branding recognition that, who's that company? Call the Farmhouse Company. And even just that right there, you can look and see what all people Google when they Google your words and stuff like that. Even luckily we've lucked out where it's still just something catchy.
And people love our logo.
Yeah, people love our logo.
People love our logo, guys. If that's one thing that you're trying to
Get a
skimp on
badass
money
logo.
for, bro, do not skimp on money on that because people love it.
And our logo's changed 3 times.
Yep.
It's gotten better and better. Remember when I first started this thing 5-6 years ago? It was like this tiny little, bullhorn, like a flower on the back, like dumb as shit. And but then I went and my tattoo artist actually redrew the second logo that I've got tattooed on my hand, and she drew that. And then it went from that, and then it went to where we put the fence behind it, and then that was really like, okay, now we got a solid logo. We got the cool cow skull, we got the saw blades. The saw blades saying we're in construction. We have the big fence behind it. Okay, now we're starting to kind of we didn't get it right the first time. We didn't get it right the second time. Hell, 3-4 times now, our brand's been kind of changed up a little bit, at least on the aesthetic side of it. And we've got a solid look now. I love our look.
Yeah, man, I love it too, and I love I love our wraps.
I do love our wraps.
I'm a little tired of them.
That's what I said the other month. You're like, no, they still look good.
After you thought about that, it was just like
it
was like a cancer in the brain. I was like, he's fucking right.
There's nothing wrong with them.
There's nothing wrong with them. I love them, but like,
it's like, damn, I kind of want something different.
I want something new.
It's not that I hate it.
I want something new. So what we did was we told our vinyl wrap guy, we were like, we want something between digital camo, urban camo, but not camo.
And he did like this weird chain link fence like camo design.
It turned out badass, and he did a wonderful job. We get like compliments on it every day. We get phone calls because of the trucks, guys. If you're thinking about wrapping your vehicle and you were like, oh my God, that might be a little high, just do it. Just do it, because I'm telling you,
put the money back.
You pull up
a couple grand to have a truck wrap. Yeah, it's not cheap. Put $100 a week away. Put $100 a week away. A vinyl wrap costs $2,500 depending on the size of your vehicle and how extensive you want it. Put $100 a week away to wrap your vehicle. Yeah. I'm telling you, get that branding done to where everywhere. And then is the key. Don't drive like an asshole.
Yeah, that part sucks.
Yeah, because you have a very serious tattletale written all over you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Numbers. Your driver was going 10 miles an hour faster than I was.
Oh my God.
He honked the horn at me.
But yeah, no, guys. I mean, like when you pull up to a quote, or you pull up to a job site and you got neighbors looking at you, or like you got the homeowner looking at you, it's a whole lot better feeling when you're stepping out of a fully wrapped work truck.
It is cool.
Doesn't matter if it's 10 years old, brand new, 20 years old. If it's wrapped, I'm telling you, it's going to change the perception that the client and the neighbors have about
We've
you.
actually got it like on Job Nimbus. You can go through when you're entering somebody in the system. You can go through there and you can say, okay, the name, email, address, phone number, and then you're like, okay, well, what stage are they in? But also, how did you capture this lead? And one of those drop down menus is is vehicle wrap.
Yeah.
How'd you hear about us? Oh, I saw it in your truck. Bet. Hit that little click mark.
Yep. And it works great, man. It really does, dude. I can't tell you how many times I'll be sitting at a stoplight and
their phone,
yes, bro. Like the person next to me is like just eyeing up and down the truck, and they're like holding like a thumbs up sign out the window, and I'm like, yeah, cool.
You say that, I'm like, well, fuck, maybe our wrap isn't bad.
I mean, it's not bad, but we've had it for what? The first truck got wrapped almost 2 years ago now, right?
It's been almost 2 years, baby.
It's been almost 2 years, so
one done, and then,
like you stare at it for so long, you're like, yeah, I want something new. But to be honest, it's a very cool wrap.
It is pretty sweet.
It's a very cool wrap. But with that being said, I am going to segue into branding, and I am going to give Casey Calvin at Create Pensacola a huge shout out.
Yes,
because my man literally hooked us up with 3 shirts to go to this training event pretty much overnight.
Yeah, we realized, well, you and I have a bunch of shirts, but they're a lot of work shirts, and it is what it is. But we got the new guy, and I've thrown him a couple of the cool dry fit, some of my older ones I don't wear, and it's like, and he's like, we're gonna go to this training event. I've got nothing but old raggedy shirts. I'm like, that's a solid fucking point. Like,
yeah,
Damn, we need to get some fresh clothes going up there. So our guy, what's the company one more time?
Create Pensacola. I'm about to put
Create
it up.
Pensacola. Man, he's if you're in Pensacola area, you need some shirts, t-shirts, hats, stuff of that nature. Create Pensacola. He's right up here, just off North Davis Highway in Pensacola. He did a solid 24-hour turnaround time with us without having any of our logo stuff on hand previously. He hooked us up. The shirts look awesome. I'm ready to sport it when we go to Indiana. See our badass red dry fit shirts. It's gonna be cool. Got our no dig certified badge on the shoulders.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. I threw that in. I was like, you know what? It's only $5 extra. I was like, go, do it. But huge shout out to like Casey Calvin. If you're watching, I doubt you are. But guys, and it's not just in Pensacola, guys. If you are looking for somebody to make your shirts, I mean, he ships worldwide.
His shop was very impressive today. That was the first time I've been there was today. His shop was very impressive.
Oh, it's great, dude. I spend way too much money every time I go in there.
Oh no, a couple $100 went today.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, he did get us some shirts every night, though.
And they look badass.
Yeah. So, I mean, I knew it was going to be expensive because it was a rush order. So, but no, he hooked us up, guys, and you know, we do like to support our local people. So, guys, if you can find somebody that's local and that's semi-affordable to you, even if it's a little bit more expensive than someone that you can find online, I highly suggest you support your local companies, because
that's what we want people to do for us.
Yeah, and that's what y'all want people to do for you as well, is to like support your local companies. So it goes down in a like whole like trickle effect. And guys,
and that goes into how we sell our fences, also our products. Is that, you know, as far as with the exception of our pickets, all of our dimensional lumber, we do not shop at the box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, you know, Ace, and places like that. We source all of our dimensional lumber locally through local lumber yard, through Swift Supply right here in Pensacola. We pay, you know what, our 2x4s cost a little bit more, but you want to know what? They're all straight. They're all beautiful.
They're all ground
contact
rated.
Yep. So they're better quality 2x4, and it shows in our installs.
Yeah, it does. It does. There's no more bark on them. There's no more
slime,
already warped boards.
Yeah,
slimy.
I hate that slime, the 2x4s that you get from Lowe's, and like that shit just. Oh, I fucking hate that.
Yep.
Our pickets, we source premium grade pickets. They come from a lumber yard out of Mississippi. I believe, Mississippi, Louisiana, they come from. But I mean, yeah. So find someone local best you can. Help other small businesses too. So if it means buying t-shirts, hats, business cards, stuff like that, do what you can local as much as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, with that said, I'm going to do probably a quick live on both of the training days through the Gatekeepers podcast page. So if you guys want to check in on us doing some live training events, check it out Thursday and Friday. We'll be up in Evansville, Indiana. I tried to blend both those words together.
You talking in cursive?
Yeah, talking in cursive over here, guys. But it's going to be a wonderful time, and we are really looking forward to it. Again, like I have said. And guys, that's pretty much all that we got for the week. Sir. And so we are really looking forward to it. You guys stay tuned. Check us out. I'll probably do 15-20-minute live a day, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. But other than that, guys, we'll see y'all next Tuesday. We'll have all of the juicy good stuff from the like training event, and
we'll come back with lots of good gossip next week.
Lots of good gossip, and we're gonna have a great guest for you booked. And other than that, guys, y'all have a wonderful night.
Have a great time.
Thank you so much for sticking with us at the last week as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. Y'all the real MVPs. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you.